Popular media has immense power to shape our views of the world. Watching different news channels may shape your perspective of police or the Black Lives Matter movement. Social media posts may shape your perspective on potential presidential candidates. Scripted television shows may shape your perspective on different ethnic, religious, or gender groups. Music may shape your perspective on money, love, and life. And commercials may shape your perspective on beauty, parenting, and lifestyle. Which mascara, truck, or insurance is best for me? Media gives us portrayals of all types of people, young and old, black and white, men and women, and these portrayals are rarely realistic or relatable. Men in media tend to be physically and emotionally tough, muscled, unfeeling, and dominant. Women in media tend to be physically and emotionally weak, slender, beautiful, and in need of assistance. We often shake off stereotypes we see in media thinking, that won't affect me. But over your lifetime, you've seen millions of commercials, listened to hours of music, and seen countless films and television shows. It's impossible not to be affected by the influence, even if we feel we are immune. So instead of saying, I'm not affected, let's take a real look at how gender is portrayed in the media and where these ideas come from. Let's consider how that might lead to our own beliefs and biases about men and women. Let's move forward with an awareness of these stereotypes, how damaging they can be to both genders, and how we can fight for accurate representation in media. In this unit, I'll ask you to consider portrayals of men and women in popular media. We'll consider questions like, what do men wear when reporting the news? What about women? And why does it matter? How many how many superheroes are female? How many are male? How many Disney princesses seek something other than a romantic relationship? Why don't any male characters seek a romantic relationship? What have we been taught about parenting from TV shows and commercials? What is a mother's role? What's a father's role? And how do we know? Which body types are chosen for films, television shows, and commercials? How do we view men and women in positions of power? And what does this say about our political system? I enjoy teaching this unit in media because I think it's important to be aware of stereotypes and how they impact us. Watching a stereotype repeatedly, like men are poor fathers or women aren't leaders, can be damaging. Throughout this unit, we'll read articles, watch documentaries, and listen to lectures. I'll ask you to keep an open mind and be thoughtful, as this is a difficult but important subject. Be respectful of your peers as they share their ideas in class, and be open to considering new perspectives. In an increasingly divisive society, it's important to maintain dialogue about difficult subjects and consider what unites us over what divides us. Two disclaimers before we begin. One, this unit will contain graphic material. As I've mentioned, males in media are typically linked with physical dominance and sexual conquest. Females are linked to appearance and sexuality, which often leads to objectification. Of course, these ideas will be handled responsibly and maturely. I teach this class to juniors and seniors, knowing that you are mature enough to handle this content. Secondly, our society considers gender a spectrum. However, ideas about gender in the media are fairly split into male and female categories. So while I think it's important to consider the lack of representation of various sexual orientations of groups and groups in media, for the purposes of this unit, we'll focus on what popular media deems male and female appearance and behavior. That being said, let's begin.